Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 104 and today we are starting things off in my base because I can't bear to look at the broken Cobblestone Farm that we produced in the previous episode of Hermitcraft. I still haven't been there yet since it happened. I'm going to have to in today's episode because we're going to have to fix it up. But Now the embarrassing thing is, in the video I blamed it on a lag spike. I said that a lag spike happened and that's what caused the farm to actually break, but I don't necessarily think that that's actually the case. I think what might have happened is that stone might have reached the bottom. So it's reached the bottom where it can't be pushed down any further, and then the stone generator has actually pushed stone across in front of the TNT duplicator. Obviously TNT has landed on top of the stone and it's blown up the entire system. And yes, it looks like that could be the case. So where are all the pistons gone? Okay, so that, okay. Oh my word, this is a real mess. I mean, just look down there. So the lava has flown out and just also created a huge cobblestone structure down at the bottom. This is not good. So I've just spent a bunch of time gathering up all of the redstone resources required to rebuild this thing. I've cleared out a lot of the mess and I've just cleaned things up a tiny bit, so now it's the process of actually rebuilding, placing in all the pistons again, doing all of the redstone circuitry again, and basically, yeah, starting from fresh. I'm actually impressed, more than anything, about how much destruction has been caused by, I guess, 2 pieces of TNT exploding, because the one from the duplicator will have blown up, and then it will have exploded the one that was actually inside the redstone circuitry. So 2 pieces of TNT just completely wrote off this entire contraption. Okay, so we've been having some interesting technical problems in that half of the stone generator was working, the other half wasn't, but I'm hoping that I should have been able to fix that up. So let's just pop up to the top and give just the stone generator a test. This is a slow process, by the way, fixing this up. I kind of thought I'd be able to get it fixed up quickly, but clearly that isn't the case. Anyway, if we flick this lever, what happens? Oh, there we go. Yes! Okay, we have got all sides of the stone generator working again. Brilliant. And as you can see, I've also added in some obsidian in the center, so when this thing reaches the bottom, the stone isn't going to go across like this, covering up the hole and causing the TNT to actually explode up here as opposed to down there. Because, yeah, that, I mean, I can see why that would be a problem. I'll tell you what, if I rebuild all of this and then it blows itself up again, I don't even know what I'm going to do. I can't even think of what I'm going to do. You'll just hear me leave the chair, leave the room, and drive my car out of the driveway. And potentially leave the country. I don't know. Let's get this over with. I have been looking at this thing for probably about the past 15 minutes, just trying to work out if there's anything left that I haven't touched. I haven't done any redstone or made any progress in that time. It has just been staring at it and making sure. Well, I forgot to place in the minecarts. There we go. That was 15 minutes wasted. Alright. Let's go this time. I still forgot! Basically, every single time you place in the minecart, you actually have to break this thing and rebuild it. And somehow, in the process of rebuilding it, I still forgot to place in the minecart. So now it's there. And I only picked up 1 dead bush from my base, and I have to go all the way back. I give up on this project. I hate this thing. I'm joking, of course. This thing's really, really awesome. And now it should all be working. Oh. No, it happened again. It happened again. Quite some time later, I think this thing is finally up and running. Okay, so the TNT is dropping. I can hear the sound of the cobblestone generators working, and now this thing is back to functioning as it should be. Finally, after, what, how long? I mean, many hours. This has taken so long to fix back up. but it is working, and it's doing a great job too. Check this out. Nice. Okay, absolutely perfect. And all of the cobblestone is getting down to the bottom. I wonder, is some of that cobblestone being lost there? It's difficult to see. Doesn't look like it. Oh! Has it created a hole? No, 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 we're all good. We're all good. And this is incredibly satisfying to watch. Right, fantastic. We have finally got it back up and running. And long may it continue to run without any more hitches. If we get any more, I'm just going to demolish the entire thing using carpet bombers. I think that's the only way forward. Anyway, my plan for today's Hermitcraft episode is actually staying in this area here. I want to make this place a lot nicer. First off, we need to sort out this mess. This is disgusting, but also we need to make it so that all of the farms in this area are controllable from one location, because right now you kind of run up to them, you activate them from some, well, this literally you just remove that redstone block and that activates the farms. It's all a little bit kind of quick and dirty, so I want to try my best to make things a lot better. This seems like a good start. It's very 2012 Minecraft, but that's what I kind of like about this place here. So we've got a nice big glass window, and I think I'm just going to have stone slabs to the floor, keep things really nice and clean. Don't worry about all this grass and soul sand stuff because it was driving me up the wall. We're going to make sure that this place is completely solid. And solid it now is. Look at this. Oh, it has brightened up my brain tenfold. It was driving me a little bit nuts having all those resources just kind of lying around in this area here. So everything's been organized. I've got a bunch of important stuff in this area here, all the blocks we need for building, and then I also have all of these shulker boxes all stored away, all with tons of really, really useful items on the inside of it. I haven't done any sorting to them, but, you know, I can pull them out and put them back in and everything. Cool, okay, so that's good. Now it is time for our actual control center that I want to build. And originally I pictured it as something on this wall here. Still considering having it on this wall, but I am also considering having it in this area here. So we kind of have like a wall of blocks like this. And then we have levers and buttons and things like that on top of them with item frames down underneath. Then that's how we take the outputs. This is difficult. I don't really know the way to go for this one. I've concluded that, yeah, I like the idea of this thing, and I also like the idea of, instead of using full blocks, we use stone slabs like this with pistons underneath that extend when we flick the levers or press the buttons, because that bamboo farm there, that's a single harvest. So we'll have a button for that one, then we can switch on, say, the melon and pumpkin farms, and we can switch on, yeah, everything else. So, 2 of the farms should now be connected. So let's see what happens here. If I flick this lever... Oh yeah, things get frame ratey. I forgot how laggy these melon and pumpkin farms are. So that's now going to do its thing. The minecart should also start picking up the items and stuff like that. Should we also activate the bamboo farm? Whoa. And there's a few people online. Probably should have checked that before I did it. You know what though? Minecraft 1.14, I gotta say. Okay, in Minecraft 1.13, these things would totally destroy the server. But I am... Yeah, no, I'm not really able to take off. Oh, that's weird. I've come over to the little bamboo farm that we built. And all of the bamboo is gone from it. Now, I wonder if... when I log out, I have a feeling that I might have left the area while this thing is running. And that could have potentially broken it. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, let's replace the bamboo and see if it still functions in this current version of Minecraft. It could have been patched, because let's face it, that is a very broken game mechanic. Well, we're about to find out. Oh, it still works. The server is struggling, though. I think Exuma is doing some wither killing. It is Wither Rose Farm, and it destroys the place. Okay, it completely destroys it. You know, I've been toying with this idea of doing a Hermitcraft episode, but instead of doing it with my regular schedule of spending multiple hours and doing it over multiple days, I just record for 1 hour. So I have... It's not 1 hour solid, so it would still be the same length as a regular Hermitcraft episode, but the amount of time that's been spent on it would be 1 hour exactly. That's all I'd give myself. And the whole point of it would be to show you basically how little gets done in the space of 1 hour. Because I'll be totally honest, alright, these two redstone lines here, this one that runs into the bamboo farm over there, and then this one that's eventually going to make its way into the stone generator, just those two redstone lines have taken the best part of an hour. It's how it goes. Playing in survival Minecraft, you know, there's all sorts of different factors that come into play that slow you down, running out of resources and things, and it means that an hour absolutely flies by, and there's not too much to show for it. So let me know what you think to that idea. Would you like that, or do you think it would just make for a really boring episode that you wouldn't want to watch? I mean, to be honest, that's probably more likely. You'd probably get to the end of the episode and go, huh, well, absolutely nothing happened in that episode. That was a total waste of my time. Anyway, with all of those spaghetti wires and everything in place, it is now time to do the final one, which is the witch farm. So I guess I'll run that up, kind of run it alongside the item stream, and then just go up the side there and ensure that everything remains spawn-proof, because, you know, we built this perimeter for a reason. We don't want to start messing with it. And with all of that done, our control room is now ready to rock and roll. So here we are at the little booth. If we flick this lever here, we should see that the witch farm will activate. So there we go, that's just kicked into gear. Nice. So all of those pistons just fired across. So now that witch farm is activated. The one that I'm a little bit more nervous about is the Cobblestone Farm, but I guess it's worth giving a go. Okay, I can see things moving. Nice! So there we go, we can see the TNT actually destroying the cobblestone from all the way back here. Right, let's turn that thing off and hope that nothing breaks. This is where things break, when I deactivate it incorrectly. But it looks like we've gotten away with that one. Yep, there's been no destruction. Okay, fantastic. That's always a very promising sign. And of course, the other ones that we've got is the bamboo farm, the piston moving back and forth one. We've also got our big bamboo farm right there, and then we have the melon and pumpkin farms. Let's label these things, and then we can call this a project complete. And after going on a rather long journey to get leather, something that I never ever seem to have, this is it. Control room completed. And I feel, yeah, about 10 times better than I did at the start of this episode, because this place was driving me nuts. This now actually feels like a really cool area that we can use to control all of the farms in my little industrial space that I've created here. Anyway, let's pop back over to the base. But actually, before we go there, there's one thing that I really need to do. And that is get lost for around about half an hour, and then eventually ask Iskal, who is currently streaming right now, by the way, to help me try and find this area. I don't know how. I always seem to struggle with this place. But as you guys have been pointing out down in the comment section, yes, I haven't been the best. I haven't been the best chicken owner in the world. And poor little Fedora went without food for quite some time. I kind of forced her onto a diet. But during the stream that I actually did with Iskal the other day, we came along and we fed Fedora. And I'm hoping she has pooped. Wait, so is this... Okay, so that was the first time that I fed her. I thought I'd got another Mumbo you plonker. Alright, so there is our ice. Now, we all know what we have to do with this. And actually, I'm going to make it extra special for Fedora here. This is cruel. It might be a little bit too cruel, actually, but it has to be done sometimes. Where is some gravel? This is definitely long-winded. I'm putting a lot of effort into this. Okay, no good. Okay, no good. Come on, I always get flint when I don't want flint. Just give me flint for once when I actually need it. Right, Fedora, I know you're busting out some moves right now, but I've got something to show you. Yeah. Yeah, I can do this all day long. 1 diamond block. 1 diamond block for you to give me 20 stacks of ice. And it is all going in the fire. Let's speed things up a little bit. I'm kind of worried that she's actually going to walk into the fire, especially after seeing me do this. And yeah, the final stack, because nobody cares about ice. She seems... I don't know if that's like happiness or extreme anger. It's difficult to know. Oh, that was sinister. Oh, that's like something out of The Exorcist. I am out of here. Anyway, back over at the base now. First off, I just want to say, it feels like it's been ages since I've actually been over at this place and kind of looked at it in terms of a project as opposed to just something where all my resources are. First off, I always forget how cool this thing looks, because I kind of come in through the nether and then I just go straight up through the tube. It's not very often that I actually look at this thing from the outside. It's quite an impressive looking build, and I do hope to expand on it over the next couple months. It's something that I've kind of left alone for a little while. We've been working on the industrial area, and we've also been working obviously on the Sahara project, which has been a massive technical challenge. So the base kind of hasn't been worked on, but there's certain areas, for example this area, that I want to turn it into like the docking area, and then also I want to revamp some of the farms and do some new builds and things. It's all going to be happening at some point in the near future. But the thing that I want to talk about is actually Evil Island. So for those of you who haven't been watching for long, or perhaps you're just kind of catching up with Hermitcraft Season 6, Evil Island was my island that was specifically designed for villager trading. Okay, so this is where I was going to be doing all of my villager breeding, all of my villager trading. I have a villager breeding area up in here. Yep, so that's a villager breeder, and then we have the sorters and things, and then in here this is actually a villager trading hall. But unfortunately, well, fortunately and unfortunately, fortunately they've changed villager trading and it's like a new system. There's lots of fresh stuff going on there, but unfortunately that does mean that this entire space is broken. All of this big old hall which I was ready to populate has been, yeah, completely broken by all of the new game mechanics, and this no longer works. It doesn't work in the same way that it used to. I wonder what... Acro Affinity. Nope. That's actually quite good. I mean, we can keep that guy around. He's quite handy to have. But still, this doesn't actually work anymore. They're not going to replenish their trades. Eventually, they're going to lock up, and then we won't be able to use those villagers. Now, I didn't really understand the new villager trading mechanics up until around about 2 hours ago, where Iskal released a really good tutorial video on his villager trading hall system, and also his, what he calls like a god module, where he can actually change what trades the villager is displaying just by messing around with the block that they're targeting and things like that. It's really interesting. I'd suggest checking it out, and it's helped me understand it massively, and it's also made me want to really work hard on the new Minecraft 1.14 villagers and do it in a big way. And that's where this discussion comes in, because I don't really want to do it on the Evil Island, as Evil Island is quite small. I have plans for where I want to do all of that stuff, so that will all be coming soon. But it does leave the question, what do we do with Evil Island? I mean, it's a cool place, it's very close to the base, so we need to do something cool with it. We could either make it look like it's falling apart, or perhaps you could totally repurpose all of the builds and put some really interesting stuff in there. I'll be interested to know your thoughts on that one. Anyway, to wrap things up in today's Hermitcraft episode, I thought it would be a good idea to do a tiny bit of housekeeping, because I've been looking around my base, and obviously where I've kind of left it alone for a while, there's certain things that have totally stopped working without me even realising. So we need to do something about that. Whoa, it has been a while since I've been down here. Who remembers this? So this was my first base on Hermitcraft Season 6. Clearly my conduit's gone missing. Is there any stuff in here? There is a little bit. We got some quartz. That's actually quite handy. I'm going to take some of that stuff out. We can actually do with some of that. But anyway, I'm going to make my way over to the slime farm, which I think is somewhere over here, because our iron golems have gone missing. Now here's a question for those of you who have been watching this season for some time. Who remembers this place? So I'm just in the process of putting in the iron golems, which actually is a little bit more frustrating than you would have thought, because I have to take out all the fences and then I have to construct them. But this little slime farm here has been built since maybe, I think, episode 6 of this season, and it has just been carrying on, just keeping on for the entire time, and we have ended up with a decent quantity, but I think at some point I would like to improve it. I just came in, I've seen, look, this is the original architect meeting room, complete with the original architect logo. God, the new one's a lot better, isn't it? Blimey. You know what? Now that I've spent some time looking around, it's actually made me realise that we really need to put some time into the base and just some time into improving certain things that are here. When we built a lot of the farms that were here, they were totally cutting edge, brand new things, and then obviously with the Minecraft updates and new designs coming out, so much has been changing, especially in the technical community recently. A lot of these farms have kind of been left behind a little bit, so we might have to do some refreshes, we might have to repurpose some of the buildings, and we're going to have to put a lot of time into expanding out this area to turn this base into something special once again. So I cannot wait to get started on that. But anyway, I really do hope that you enjoyed this episode on the Hermitcraft server. If you did, please hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.